Welcome back. In this Geo-Surface tutorial video, we're going to look at tile sizing and tile form. So, as we talked about in a previous video, we can set our default sizes for both laterals and mains, as well as the format perforation type in the settings. So again, to get into there, it's under design parameters. There's a little settings box here, and that will open this defaults area. And again, you can set, if you're always working with 4-inch laterals, for example, you can set that here as the default. You can always change individual runs if needed, but whatever you set in here will be automatically applied every time you draw a lateral. And you can also set a default main size as well. So if you always work with, say, 8-inch mains or something, then you could set that here, and it'll just carry through. And then you can choose whether or not it's single wall or dual wall that you're using. And again, this can be changed and this can be overwritten in the with the auto main sizing as well. So you can make changes in there, hit save, and close that window, come back. So now what should happen now, because I just set my tile main default size to 8-inch, so let's just say we'll make draw a tile main here, and it's automatically now applied 8-inch single wall, and I can just adjust the perforation here if I want to as well. So if you do make a change here, just hit apply, and then that will lock that in. And really what that's important for is if you're generating reports, then you want to make sure that you've got the correct formats in there for the amounts that you're going to need to order, etc. The other tool here is the auto size mains tool. So let me just pause the video here a minute, and I'm just going to add some laterals to this main, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so I just added some closely spaced laterals to the main here, just to give us something to work with. And what we're going to do now is we're going to size the main based on our chosen drainage coefficient. So at the moment, remember, we assigned this to be an 8-inch single wall, but let's see if that's actually the correct size for what we want to do. So with your system designed and to get an accurate result here, you need to have all of your laterals connected to all of your mains. And this will work if you've got multiple mains. We're just doing one here, but if you've got 5 mains on the field, it'll size each main individually. So click on auto size mains, and it'll ask you then for your target drainage coefficient. So this is important, because if you choose the wrong coefficient, your sizing will either be too big or too small. And you can choose from the common coefficients in here. So let's say we were going to go for a 1/2-inch coefficient on this field. And then you also just need to enter in your average drain spacing. So in this case, I actually placed those laterals at 25 feet, just so that we had a lot of coverage in this fairly small area. But this needs to represent what you're actually using for your lateral spacing. Then you're going to hit start sizing, and the sizing tool actually then looks at the number of acres that are draining into that main, looks at the gradient of the main. So in this case, because my main has actually got a 1.29% average grade, it's actually quite a steep grade on that main. And what this is telling me is that in order to achieve that 1/2-inch coefficient, because we're only draining 9.5 acres in this case, we could actually just use a 4-inch main, and that would have the capacity to handle that amount of water. So we're going to click on 4-inch non-perforated, click OK, and now you'll see that it has reassigned that run with a 4-inch main. If we increase the drainage coefficient to, say, 1 inch and run the same again, now you can see that if we wanted to achieve a 1-inch coefficient, we would need 6-inch, and we could use either single wall or dual wall in this case. You'll see as you have bigger fields, bigger areas that you're looking to drain, and especially when you don't have that kind of slope, your main sizes are going to be significantly bigger. A small pipe installed on significant slope has a very, very surprising capacity, actually. So that's how the auto sizing works. And again, on any individual run, if you decide that you want to override or you want to make a change, you can just select any run and you can change the size to be whatever you like, and that will save. Once you hit apply, that will save and lock in